She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her.
He spanks her with his hand and he you know what I mean. Why am I doing the hand movements?
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then hey, my name is Blaze, and I would love it if you do enjoy this video then to give me a big thumbs up, and if you do want to stick around then to hit that subscribe button down below. Okay, so jumping straight into today's video, it is a sick, twisted, hot and heavy video. Well, not video, but review. So a couple of days ago, I finished reading the book Daddy's Sweet Girl by Stacia Black, and let me tell you, bitch, this shit was twisted. Not only was it twisted, but it was pretty fucking sick as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'll read you the blurb of the book so you kind of like get the drift of what it's about, and then I'm gonna kind of give you my take on my thoughts and opinions of the book. Okay, so the summary of the book for Daddy's Sweet Girl by Stacia Black is: when Mum told me she was getting married again and moving her new husband and his 24-year-old son in with us, I thought I'd just have to spend as much time as possible studying in the campus library to avoid all of them. I certainly never expected to learn that the marriage was simply a mutual beneficial arrangement for my mum and new stepfather, Mr. Winters. They don't actually have feelings towards each other. I also didn't expect him and my stepbrother to take such an interest in me. Now, at the age of 19, I suddenly find I have the family I've always wanted. As we all grow closer, though, lines start to blur. When Daddy and Big Brother start pushing those boundaries even further, will I be ready? So pretty much the book is about a girl called Sarah. She's 19. She has a mum, but her mum's pretty absent in her life. Her mum is pretty much an alcoholic. She goes out and parties. She spends all their money on blow. I'm pretty sure everyone on here knows what blow is, but just in case you don't, it's pretty much a certain type of drug. So she spends all their money on pretty much that. She's always going out days or a week on end. So Sarah feels pretty lonely. She feels like she doesn't really have a family. She doesn't have anyone that really loves her. She feels pretty much just to herself. Mr. Winters then comes along, which is the stepfather. So pretty much Sarah has a grandfather and he's pretty well known. He's got a good name to himself. So Sarah's mum and Mr. Winters mutually agree to get married. Mr. Winters will support the family financially, and Sarah's grandfather will help him extend this like new wing in the hospital or something like that. Now obviously there is a twist at the end, but I'm not going to say just in case you haven't read it or you want to go and read it. So that's all I'm really going to say on that side of things between Mr. Winters and Sarah's mum. So moving on to when Mr. Winters and his son Dominic come into Sarah's life. So they move into their house, and pretty much Sarah's mum's never around. She's always out doing her own thing. So you don't really hear her much in the book anyways. So Sarah thinks that Mr. Winters is really hot. He's like big, tall, muscly, rugged. They have like long hair. Like she thinks he's really, really attractive. She also thinks his son Dominic is really attractive as well. So then what happens is, as all three of them are spending heaps of time together, they kind of get really close, and they get a bit too close, if you know what I mean. Now when I was reading this, I was like, bitch, like even if it is for beneficial reasons, I don't care. You don't go and have sex with your stepdad, hun. You just don't. Or your stepbrother. There's things that are just like off limits, and that's off limits. But anyway, so she's really attracted to them both, and you know, she's kind of like, at first she's like trying to act all good and a bit standoffish, but then pretty much one night she's in bed and Dominic comes in, and then after that they continue to have like sleepovers in her bed, but nothing really happens. They're kind of just talking, and then they kind of like just fall asleep and wake up next to each other. He goes to work, she does what she needs to do, and they just carry on with their day. So then one night Dominic comes back from his shift. So basically Dominic's like starting to be a surgeon. So pretty much he comes back from a shift and he jumps into a bed and he's like babbling on about, you know, some bullshit that's going on at his work, and you know, he's had a rough day, a rough week. She's like laying on her side, and he like kind of just like comes on to her. She's kind of shocked because she thought she was only thinking like these dirty thoughts about her stepdad and her stepbrother, but then when Dominic kind of puts the moves on her, she's kind of like, oh my god, like he's been feeling the same kind of thing. So she gets like mad G. Anyways, shit goes down. It gets hot and heavy. Pretty much when the sex scenes happen in this book, like bitch, it gets hot and dirty. Like fuck. So then what happens is the stepdad, so Mr. Winters, he catches them out, like he comes into their room and they're pretty much naked. They've done the dirty, like, and so she's expecting him to be like, what the fuck? Like, that's weird. That's your stepbrother, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he's kind of just like, oh, you've been bad, you've been naughty, you need to be punished to Dom. Anyways, so he pulls Dom out of the bed and he like Dom's on the floor and he goes, stand up, like put your hands on the table over there. The way they explain it, his hands kind of like this and he's like bums in the air. Mind you, he's naked. Bitch, he's naked. Anyways, he pulls his belt off, like he pulls his belt off his pants, the stepdad. Mind you, the stepdad's actually called Paul. So he pulls the belt off his pants and he like clacks it together and he starts like whipping his son on the ass. Like, can you get any more twisted? Like, this is just fucking twisted. I'm just like, I can't, like when I was reading it, I was trying to picture like this actually happening in real life. I was like, this is so fucking twisted. Anyway, so he's like spanking him and Sarah's like, no, like don't let me take half of the spanking because he didn't just instigate it, I did it too, he shouldn't be punished. And she's kind of like shocked as well at first. She's like, what the fuck's going on? So anyways, that's pretty much that scene. Like, she ends up going over there naked to the table and instead of him whipping her with the belt, he spanks her with his hand and he like, you know what I mean? Why am I doing the hand movements? But he ends up like spanking her and sorry, my eyes are like watering. I feel like my lashes are gonna fall off in a sec. But pretty much the reason why I explained that scene is because from that scene, that's when shit starts getting real dirty, real. And that's when she realizes like the dad has like an interest in her. So she was calling him Mr. Winters. So he goes, oh, don't call me Mr. Winters, call me Daddy. Sorry. Call me Daddy. Anyway, so moving on from that scene, I'm not going to actually go in depth with like what happens in regards to the dad and her and Dom because I feel like for YouTube it's a bit too X-rated, if you know what I mean. So pretty much it's like its book's name, Daddy's Sweet Girl, because he always calls her sweet girl. Oh, sweet girl. Oh, you're my sweet girl. You're a naughty sweet girl. Oh, Daddy's sweet girl kind of thing. So it's pretty much like its name. So pretty much Dom's the nice and sweet one. He doesn't force her to do anything that she doesn't want to do. Whereas the stepfather's the real dominant? Is that a word? I need to Google that. Is that a word, dominant? I think it is. Dominant, that's the word. Dominant. I had to full Google that. I was like, dominant? Didn't sound right. So the dad's the more dominant one. He kind of navigates the way the nights go for them, like all three of them. Pretty much the stepdad says, you can't do it alone, I have to be there. So if you guys are gonna have sex, then I have to be there too. Like it's a all-together threesome kind of thing. Stacia Black hit the nail on the head with the sex scenes. It's really fucking dirty. So pretty much all in all, I would say this book is twisted, a bit sick-minded to be honest. The way that the stepfather treats her in the bedroom is like not okay with me. Like I don't know if he thinks that's like meant to be sexy or a turn on. It's like a no-go. Like no, you don't talk to girls like that, you dirty bastard. Anyways, to wrap the video up, I definitely thought it was a good read. I would recommend it if you haven't watched it already. The book is like real kinky. It's kinky, alright. It's pretty fucking twisted, but it's good. Twisted but good. The storyline's good. The way it ends, it kind of all ties in together. There is a plot at the end, a bit of a plot and a twist. And I totally forgot to mention, she was a virgin before all of this. So before she had sex with the dad or the brother, she was a complete virgin. Anyways, I hope you like this kind of little review type of video. If you do want me to do more, then please let me know. Leave me a comment in the comments below if you have a book suggestion that you'd like me to read, then I can do a review on it. Stacia Black did do an amazing job on this book, and It was very well written. She's pretty damn good at sex scenes, writing sex scenes, I'll tell you that much. So if I was rating this book, I'd be rating it like 4 or 4.5 stars because it was pretty good. I liked the storyline. It kept me on my toes. I didn't get bored of it. And to tell you the truth, I read it in about 1.5 days. So if I read it in that amount of time, you know it's pretty fucking good. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I actually really like doing this type of video. It was really fun to sit down and just talk all about this dirty ass book. If you did like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already and want to join my family here on YouTube, then please hit the subscribe button down below. Okay, well, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!
Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something